Are you ready for that interview? Well, if you aren't, then let me help you. Hi, everyone. If you are new here, I am Dr. Santina or Tina Wheat. I am an academic family medicine physician, an educator, and a career and life coach who helps healthcare professionals move from burnout to balance and also lead with more purpose and clarity, getting themselves from chaos to calm. Today, we are talking about something that can feel absolutely intimidating, but doesn't have to be, and that is interviewing for a healthcare job. Whether you are moving into your first attending role, stepping into leadership, or transitioning to a new organization, interviewing isn't just about proving that you are qualified. It is really about discovering if this is the place, this team, and this mission truly fit you and the person that you want to be. So in this video, I'm going to share the questions you will almost certainly be asked and how you can answer them authentically. I'm going to share the questions you should ask them to protect your well-being and your career goals. I'm also going to provide extra strategies that help you stand out without feeling scripted. And finally, I'm going to share why this reflective preparation matters so that you can walk in grounded and confident. If that sounds helpful, then let's get right to it. Now, it is important to remember that interviewing is not just about selling yourself. So let's start with a mindset shift. In healthcare, an interview is not just a performance where you try to win the job. It is a conversation, a chance to explore the alignment. You have to ask, do your values fit the organization's mission? Does this team culture support growth and balance for you and everyone else? Will the expectations fit your current season of life? Approaching it this way changes everything. Instead of asking, how do I impress them? I want you to ask, how do I show who I really am and decide if we are truly a match? That mindset helps you prepare answers that feel real and personal and not answers that are memorized. So thinking of those answers, it's helpful to think about what questions you will almost certainly be asked. So let us walk through the most common questions that you will hear, and let's talk about how you can prepare thoughtful answers. The first question often is, tell me about yourself. This seems so simple, but it can trip so many people up, including me. Instead of reciting your CV, I want you to consider sharing a short 2 to 3 minute story about why you chose this field, what you love about it, what motivates you today, and that story. And ideally, you can shape that story towards the job. Is it an academic role? Well, emphasize teaching, scholarship, mentorship. Is it a clinical role? Well, focus on the patient care, the teamwork, and quality improvement. The goal in all of this is to feel conversational and human and not robotic. And the story should really start to tell the story of why this job is right for you. Which brings us to the second question. Why are you interested in this job? Let's break that into two parts. First, start with why this organization. You can prepare for that by researching their mission, researching their patient population, or recent initiatives. You then can also split it into, then the second half of the question is why this specific role. You can show how your skills and interests align. So, for example, an answer might be, I am drawn to your focus on underserved populations, and I am excited to help build out your new inpatient curriculum. This will allow me to draw my background in medical education. So you can see how that short answer tackles both the organization and the specific role. Another question that you will most certainly be asked is, what are your strengths? I want you to pick strengths that matter in the context of the job, and I want you to illustrate them with real-world examples. An example of the way to share this is, one of my strengths is interdisciplinary communication. I was able to help redesign our morning huddle to reduce handoff errors. This demonstrates not just your strength, but how you have been able to utilize it in another setting. The converse is also true. You're most often going to be asked, what are your weaknesses or where do you need support in growing? For this, I want you to pick something that's real but not mission critical. And I want you to also consider sharing what you've already done to improve. So, for example, one of mine is earlier in my career, I really struggled with delegating tasks, but I have worked on mentoring junior residents and sharing leadership responsibilities with my faculty team. By demonstrating something that you initially weren't doing well and have really worked on, you're showing both humility and growth. Okay, one of my favorite questions actually is, why should we choose you? This allows you to blend your passion, your experience, and your alignment. So again, an answer that you might actually hear from me is my commitment to resident education, my experience in quality improvement, and my patient-centered care all align with your department's mission. You're highlighting what you're passionate about and what you bring to them. Another question that you are most certainly going to be asked in healthcare is, how do you work as part of a team? Healthcare is inherently team-based, and so it is important to share an example of collaboration. This might be how you support colleagues, navigate conflict, or step up in a crisis. You might say something like, when our clinic switched EMRs, I organized short peer learning sessions to help everyone adapt and help reduce frustration. Think about how you are looking out for others besides just yourself. When I am interviewing others, I often use this question: what are you looking for in a supervisor? This shows your self-awareness and your preferred work style. So an answer could be, I value open communication and regular feedback, and I thrive under leaders who encourage innovation and team ownership. Interviews are not just about the employer asking you questions. They're also a time for you to ask your questions. And it's important to remember that they are listening to those questions and thinking about how you will be part of their team. So questions I recommend that you ask them, because this helps you decide if the environment supports your goals and your well-being. One might be, what kind of day-to-day support is there? You might be asking about mentorship, onboarding, structured orientation. You might also ask, what professional development opportunities exist? This could include protected time, continuing medical education funds, and leadership training. You might also ask, how does the team approach wellness and burnout prevention? This does open an honest conversation about call schedules, flexibility, and support systems, though I do think it's important to not push too much on how it might be the organization's fault for burnout. Another question that you could ask, particularly if you're interviewing with someone who would be a peer, is, what are common challenges that people face in this role? You will learn about real obstacles and see whether or not they are able to answer candidly. And an important question, in my opinion, is, what does success look like in the first 6 to 12 months? This really helps you understand the expectations up front and how your impact will be measured. It's important to pay attention not to just what they say, but how they say it. If the answers feel open and honest, it often reflects a healthy culture. If they're not, then that might be a red flag. So let's talk about some additional strategies to stand out and protect yourself. Beyond practicing the answers, here are a couple of extra tips. Do some research beyond the website. It is often helpful to do research beyond the website. You might talk to current or former staff to learn about team dynamics, leadership, and culture, and maybe things that they wish that they would have asked before signing. You can practice aloud, even if it feels awkward. Speaking your answers out loud helps them sound more natural, and you can make sure that you're not stumbling. Spend some time reflecting with yourself on your non-negotiables. This might be schedule, the floor of your salary, the location, the culture, opportunity for growth. Having a clear understanding for yourself helps you evaluate offers and prevents regret. Most importantly, stay authentic. You don't always have to fit a mold. The best interviews feel like a genuine conversation. They don't feel like a scripted performance. Well, why is this important? Well, preparing this way is not just about acing an interview. It is about feeling calmer and showing up grounded. This allows you to truly listen, to ask real questions, and to decide if this opportunity fits you. Your goal is not to say yes to any offer, but your goal is to find a place where your values, your skills, and your career vision align. That is how you move from surviving to thriving in your career. And that is what I hope for each and every one of us. Now, if you would like help preparing, whether it's crafting authentic answers, clarifying your non-negotiables, and practicing so that you feel confident, I would love to help. You can schedule a one-on-one coaching session with me or fill out a quick inquiry form below so that I can learn what you are exploring. And if this video helped you, I hope that you will like it and subscribe so that you are notified every time there's a new video. And then share it with a colleague who is also considering interviewing soon. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck with your next interview. Remember, you are not just proving you are a fit. You are deciding if this role is truly fitting you, the clinician, and the person that you want to become. Take care, and I'll see you next time.